there has to be hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of hotels out there. So it would be nearly impossible to find the absolute worst of the worst hotels. But I did the best I could with the limited time I have. And I came up with about 9 hotels that you probably shouldn't book anytime soon, if ever. And I believe half of the hotels on the list here are in the US and the rest are throughout the world. So starting with this one, this is the Club Aqua Hotel in Turkey. And let me just bring it up here on maps. You know what? I'll make this full screen. So, yep, Club Aqua. According to this on Google, it's got a 4.8 star review. So, I mean, there's only 3 reviews on Google Maps, but I mean, according to Google, it's got a sterling reputation. But anyway, so this is where it's at in Turkey. Let me just do this here. This will make it a little easier just to recognize where it is. So that is where it would be. At least I believe it said Turkey. Is this Turkey? I think it's Turkey. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it's Turkey. Okay. All right. I'm not too familiar with the Mediterranean, so I mean, I've obviously never been out there. So, yeah, I wouldn't know. But anyway, it's right there, Club Aqua, right out there on the coast of the Mediterranean. So, let me go back to the hotel here. But according to TripAdvisor, it's only got a 1.5 star review out of 5 with 29 reviews. So, I'd figure I'd just check a few images of the room and let's see what we're dealing with here because maybe Google Maps, maybe it's not necessarily people who stayed there, but perhaps, oh, okay, never mind. There's 5 reviews, but maybe it's people who might actually, maybe, possibly could be working there or a friend of a friend kind of deal. Maybe. I don't know though. That one gave it a 1.5 out of 5. Oh, well, that's on TripAdvisor though. Okay, so all right. See, I'm not really seeing. It's just it's just ratings, right? There's no reviews here. Oh no, yeah, there are. Wow, 15 years ago, 14 years ago. I did notice up here it said that it was closed, so maybe it's not even open anymore. But yeah, so long time ago. So maybe once upon a time it was a much better place. Well, here it says it was terrible, but the staff were nice at least. Yeah, these are all going to be on TripAdvisor. So, I mean, did Google buy TripAdvisor or something? I mean, is that how they're integrating the TripAdvisor comments? Anyway, whatever. I'm not going to dwell on that. So, anyway, so yeah, here's a few pictures. I mean, that's old and rusty looking. Wouldn't be too shocking if I saw that because it's right on the Mediterranean, which is saltwater. So, I mean, it wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world to see some rust trim on certain things. Plus, I mean, we're not talking the Ritz Carlton, in the richest country on earth or anything either. I mean, we are in Turkey, although I'm not trying to throw any flack at Turkey. I've never been there. So, not trying to say that it's a dirty place or anything like that. I'm sure it's a perfectly lovely place to visit. But yeah, so anyway, here's some photos that they shared on here. Only 7, so there wasn't a whole lot to look at really. But yeah, yeah, this hotel is not available. Oh, okay, just on the dates. All right. So yeah, it might still be open. I mean, I think on TripAdvisor it would say that it was permanently closed. But yeah, 17 photos in total. They have this awesome looking slide. That's crazy. It's like something you'd see at a I don't know, a carnival or whatever. But it just happens to be this crazy looking slide. I've never seen a slide like that goes into a pool. So that was pretty interesting. So yeah, 1.5 review, star review. So the first one, slimy pool, no hot water. Electronics are hanging out. Toilets are overflowing into the bathroom. The beds are stacked in sheds outside. Ripped beds and linen, also stained. Absolute filth. Don't put yourselves and your children at risk. So they gave it a 1 across the board except for location. And the next one, danger, stay away. Now, this is from 2011. If the hotel's still open, maybe they've upgraded it, revamped it. Who knows? I mean, I guess you would if you've been here before. But anyway, danger, stay away. No, really, we got moved here because their sister hotel was being closed down as we got there. Police and everything. Oh shit, that kind of closed down, huh? That's kind of wild. Got driven to this hotel, and I cannot begin to describe it. It's a hellhole. Paid extra for a new hotel and got in a taxi and left after one miserable night. Another one, avoid at all costs. This one, Club Aqua Hotel, Turkey. We stayed, but not for very long. Please don't for your own health and safety. Yikes. First time I have reviewed a hotel. Whoa. But I felt compelled to, as our first experience was so bad. Wow, man, they had such a bad experience that they went so far out of their way to probably create an account on TripAdvisor, which is well known for their comments and reviews. And they left their first ever hotel comment because it was that bad. Now, that is probably going to be the comment of the page, I would say. So, yeah, there's plenty on here. Cheap, nasty, no frills, cheap and cheerful. So they were somewhat satisfied. They were the ones that took the picture of the slide. Holiday from hell. I mean, maybe holiday into hell. Maybe not. But yeah, not the best reviews. Definitely based on TripAdvisor, I would not recommend staying in this hotel unless you're looking for some of the worst hotels that the planet has to offer. Yeah, I would probably avoid this one unless they have updated it. But all their reviews are really old. So, I mean, you'd think that if they were open or still in business, that they would have some reviews in the last at least 10 years. But all right. So, anyway, that's the first one, Club Aqua. The next one's going to be Midtown Inn in Springfield, Illinois. My apologies, Illinois. You made it on this list. Thanks to the Midtown Inn. It did get a 2.2, so it's not in the 1 range, but, it's not doing all that excellent either. Let me see if I can grab a few photos. There's really not many photos here, but the few that they have on here were not lovely at all. I mean, curtains look nice. I like those. The bed, I mean, the pattern looks lovely. I mean, but I mean, I get it. Like it's old, like the power outlet. It's running the wiring not behind the wall, but like right on the wall. I mean, yeah, it's tacky. It's probably cheap. It's probably not a place you're going to spend over $100 a night on. But yeah, that's looking a bit rough. I mean, they definitely could change that mirror. And stains on the bedspread and whatever that might be, debris. I guess you can use your imagination. Hopefully, it's not like bed bugs or whatever. But yeah, that's it. Those were just the 5 photos that they shared. Oh yeah, there's the last one. So just regular looking hotel room. I mean, at least looking at that, I mean, not earth shatteringly bad. However, the comments might say otherwise. Oh yeah, here, by the way, let me show you where it is. So it is here in Illinois. Go ahead and zoom out a bit. I like to show a little bit of the satellite view. I don't know why. I always preferred satellite over maps, but I'll change it to maps. So yeah, here's Springfield, Illinois. It's on the eastern side of Springfield, right off the interstate, I-55, it appears. Looks like right where Highway 29 ends. So there you have it. It's where Springfield is. It's in the middle of Illinois. So that's your hotel, or the hotel that we're looking at, and hopefully not your hotel or any hotel you might be staying at anytime soon. 2.2, poor reviews, 32 in total. So I think they're down here, aren't they? Yeah, here we go. Horrible. So this was only 3 months ago. So this was recent. I was visiting a family member in Midtown, and as I was walking past room 125, it smelled like weed. Uh-oh, it smelled like weed. And they were playing loud music and talking racist toward white people and threatening people. You can't be racist toward white people, so the politically correct say. Anyway, so I told my elderly mom, how can you stay here with all this going on? My mom said that she would be moving due to the issue because she is Christian. Well, that's good. Christians shouldn't have to tolerate racism. So the next one, May of 2020, not forever ago, but they said it was a clean place with a nice staff. So they were happy about it. Clean and basic. 4 out of 5, not bad. They gave it a 5, not too bad. Nastiest, rudest motel from 2018. So, I mean, obviously the comments are rolling backwards, or like from newest to oldest. The worst motel they've ever stayed in. They were there for a couple of weeks. When I told them their housekeeper was not coming to our room to clean or change linens, when I had simply asked for a map, I was told I needed to leave because I was lying about the housekeeper. I had a king-size bed and the box springs were broken. They told me I was doing something illegal because I work until 1 a.m. The whole place smells like pee. All right. Worst experience ever. They could have upgraded it. They might have redesigned the whole hotel, and it might have actually gotten, one hell of a facelift. Because before 2020, these are getting kind of rough. Crashed after a concert. That was okay. That one's okay. Now, I didn't scour the internet spending hundreds of hours trying to compile this list of 9 hotels. I grabbed them from a couple of different articles that I was reading, and they were showcasing the photos, and that's what got me looking at this one. And the fact that it had an overall 2 out of 5 review. And anyway, somewhat good service. So yeah, there's actually 3 pages. There's 29 reviews in total. I mean, I'm not going to go through all of them, but you get together, stay at your own risk. It had not been recommended to me. I went to the state fair without making hotel reservations. Oh, look at that. State fair. Nice. August 2012. Long time ago. So yeah, anyway, he goes on. I can't read everything that's on here, especially when that long, but they obviously had a bad experience because they took the time to type all that out. And I'm guessing that they probably didn't have, talk to text, being that it was 2012. I mean, they had it back then. Like Dragon, Naturally Speaking, comes to mind. That program was out back then where you can like speak into a microphone and it translates it all to text. But yeah, these days you can leave really long comments and only take 2 minutes to create it because you can just talk into your phone and it converts it all to text these days. So anyway, rude staff, and despite the air conditioning being on freezing cold for 30 minutes, the room was still 100. Come on, dude, don't be a drama queen. 100 degrees. Skid Row of hotels in Springfield. This joint is nasty. The staff is rude to a fault. They are well overpriced for the slum that it is. My employer booked the room as lodging for myself. Yeah, because they don't have to stay there. You got to stay there. Let's see. They should only rent these rooms by the hour. Oh, that's a burn. Yeah, that is definitely not a review you want to have on your website or your hotel, the website for your hotel anyway. Hard to describe how bad it is. Don't stay there. We have a high tolerance for the occasional mom and pop or even a slightly flea bag motel. I don't know if I would, man. I mean, I've stayed in rough hotels. I think probably I stayed in one hotel outside of Macon, Georgia, just south of Macon, and it was rough, man. Well, I had to be the only white dude there. Lots of like really loud systems in their cars, making lots of noise at night. But oh man, I don't want to go off on this tangent, but I thought I lost my cat there because I was moving. I was moving from one state to another, and yeah, my cat climbed into one of my duffel bags and went to sleep underneath my clothes, and I thought she got out, and I was like frantically walking around trying to find her in this crazy ass hotel. It was like I was so preoccupied with trying to find my cat that like I it just didn't I just had tunnel vision. I didn't really care about what was going on around me, but my buddy who went down to help move with me was talking to the neighbors we were staying next to. He was talking to quite a few people and letting them know what I was doing and that we might have lost the cat or whatever. So he actually became friendly with a few guys there, and we had a U-Haul that didn't have a lock on it. I had all my possessions in it, everything I had in the world. But anyway, long story short, it didn't get messed with or anything. I mean, the U-Haul sat out there, in front of everybody all night, and nobody messed with it, thank God. But I found the cat, went outside, and I was like, I found her. Good news, found her. And a couple of guys were like, oh, man, right, oh, it's all right. All good, man. Um, yeah, but the only other hotel I can think of that was rough was in Opelika, Florida, or in Miami. I stayed in it was like the cheapest hotel I think in Opelika online. And man, was it rough. The hotel was really mildewy smelling. They had continental breakfast. Get this. They had continental breakfast, but it was only like Aldi brand cereal, generic cereal, and most of the cereal was still in the original box, and there were like 2 or 3 of those like old Rubbermaid cereal plastic containers that had some cereal in it. They had like this generic ass milk. It was only skim milk. There was no refrigerator in there. It was like this little, I don't even know what you call it. It was definitely not a breakfast room or anything. It was like just some empty office room with like a couple picnic tables, Aldi generic cereal with the milk just sitting on the counter. It was like just a single gallon of milk sitting on the counter. It was already almost room temperature. No fridge or anything like that in there. They had like a bucket with some plastic spoons in it. It was like the most ghetto breakfast that I've ever seen in my life. But I didn't leave a review for it. I mean, I wasn't gonna. I'm sure that it already had plenty of bad reviews. I wouldn't mind actually finding that hotel. I honestly could not tell you the name of it. It was like 10 years ago when I stayed there, and it was only for one night. But all right. So anyway, So I guess I'm moving on from Springfield, and we're going to move over to the White Leaf Hotel. This is going to be over in the UK, in London, England. 1.8 stars, 600 reviews. I'm sure this hotel is pretty well known just based on the number of reviews alone. So it's not those small time ones like I started with. It's got a lot of reviews. So definitely way too many pictures to have to go through all of them, but I'll try to skim through a few of them and, spend a few minutes checking them out. Anyway, if this thing will ever load. But in the meantime, I don't know why. TripAdvisor, it's been really running slow. And I know it's not just my computer. I know I got an old crappy computer, but I mean, it ain't that crappy. But anyway, yeah, Hyde Park International Hotel. They must have renamed it from Whiteleaf to Hyde Park International because this is Google Maps, so this is obviously recent. But yeah, it's in this area of London. Switching over to maps, then I'll pan out the Westway. There's Notting Hill, Paddington. There's Westminster, South Kensington, Chelsea. I mean, all that sounds familiar to me, but I've never been to London. I've never been to anywhere in Europe. Farthest I ever went was probably the U.S. Virgin Islands. I think that's like the farthest distance I've ever traveled in my life. But yeah, there you go, London. So over on the west side of London in Hyde Park International Hotel. I have no idea if it's in a good location or not. Don't have a clue. There's a whole bunch of rail lines right there, so it's not too far from, I'm assuming, public transportation. But yeah, there you have it. So let me see if I can try to get some of these pictures. What the fuck, man? What the hell's going on with this damn thing? Let me try this. Let's see. As it tries to load. There we go. All right, finally. Let's see if this will work. All right. I don't think that's loading. I think the image is actually that blurry. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because these are loading up quick. So, oh, that's why. Look at this, 2011. That would explain it. Yeah, old ass photos, flip phone pictures. Don't you love it? Blast from the past. Back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, when we had our 2 megapixel cameras. Those of us who weren't fancy enough to get an iPhone. But yeah, I mean that looks cool. I like the way that looks. No, it doesn't look all that bad. It looks nice. Yeah, it's continental breakfast preview. Damn, these are grainy. All right, let me just skip through these a little more. Well, I noticed the old tube TV. Yeah, there it is. I mean, again, this was a long time ago. Yeah, 2010, man. It's like 15 years ago. I'm assuming it's changed since then. Broken ass chair. All right. A little stain there. But who knows? The person who took the picture, or maybe the last person who stayed there might have just spilled something and housekeeping just didn't get it. Holy shit, look at that. Okay, that's a little rough. Yeah, they really got to do some upgrades to this place. Damn, it looks cool on the outside, though. Very vintage looking. The White Leaf Hotel, not motel, hotel. Fancy. I forgot the difference. I know there is a difference between hotel and motel. If you know, put it in the comments because I'm probably not the only one who doesn't know the difference, but I know there is a difference. I just can't remember what it was. Isn't motel like isn't it you drive up to your room, you could park your car right outside of your room? Is that what distinguishes a hotel from a motel? As in like motel, that doesn't have something to do with like motor vehicle or something? Or does motel just mean that it's simply just on the side of the highway? I mean, because if that's the case, that doesn't make sense. Because I've stayed in hotels on the highway before when they called it H hotel. But yeah, I think I actually did read that somewhere that a motel means that your hotel room is like right outside where you could park your car. I guess I don't know. The hell do I know? I don't know. All right. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely a hotel that's probably seen better days. That's for sure. Damn, that is narrow. It is really narrow. Got to make their coffee on the floor. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the UK. Their tea. Let's make their little fairy tea sitting on the floor. Anyway, I'm completely missing these comments. The hotel itself was a living nightmare. The photos on booking.com were not representative of the rooms we were offered. The rooms were full of damp and really cold. I think he meant the rooms were really damp and cold. Anyway, yeah, dude, like it's I mean, fresh coat of paint, that's all I really need. I mean, I know paint, it's not the cheapest thing you can buy in the world, but it ain't that expensive. You get one coat of paint in that bathroom, it'll look just fine. Of course, unless that's like mold or mildew or something, of course, that'll probably seep through it. But anyway, interesting. Oh, man. Yeah, that's dirty. That's rough looking. But I don't want to get hung up on these old ass pictures, though, man. These are really old. I want to get into something more recent. All right, with the power of the pause button, I skipped ahead. I'm all the way up to image number 477. I went back to number one to see if I can just go from the first one back to the last one, but nope, wouldn't let me do it. So I had to go all the way back up to here. So yeah, for some reason, TripAdvisor's images, they're having trouble loading for some reason. And I know it's not my computer. But anyway, I'm at May of 2021. So this is fairly recent. I mean, yeah, it's definitely in rough shape on the outside, at least just here. I mean, yeah, it's kind of petty. I mean, yeah, wheelchair access, disabilities, whatever, whatever. I don't know what their customs are over in the UK like they are here, but it might be a little bit of a problem there. But it looks like they're renovating it though. I mean, I guess that's a good thing. I mean, they're still really pissed off about it, even though it was like 4 years ago. But yeah, they had it booked for over a year as a birthday treat to London. Dude, you should have done your homework right here on TripAdvisor. There were literally 400 images and hundreds of reviews of this hotel screaming to the world how terrible this hotel is. So I don't want to hear it from this guy because he should have known better. But anyway, yeah, he took some pictures of the what appears to be the renovations going on here. And that is in a language I'm not familiar with, but yeah, you can see like wallpaper peeling or the ceiling paper or whatever the hell you want to call that. Looks like the door was kicked in at some point. That's a little ominous. Same with the window. Maybe some burglar just busted open the window or whatever. Stains on the ceiling. Yeah, it's an old door. Old school. Yeah, it definitely looks rough. And this is in 2020. So it was, oh my God, dude, that is disgusting. That is so disgusting. You can't take one of those, those fan, duster things. It take 2 seconds to swipe that. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? Or a microfiber towel or some shit. I mean, the window is like the paint's peeling on the window. That's no big deal. And if it's condensation they're worried about, I mean, that wouldn't concern me at all. I mean, I live in Florida. My windows look like that all the time. But yeah, I'm assuming they're talking about that, which yeah, that's probably just a combination of the moisture, the condensation, and dirt, which probably makes it look a lot nastier than what it really is. But whatever, that still looks pretty nasty for a hotel room. So, I'm just trying to give them a little benefit of the doubt. Yeah, that thing should have been changed many years ago, but it's still functional. Yeah, there's some rust on it. I mean, but this is coming from a guy who's got a somewhat high tolerance for hotel rooms. But if there's a peep of bed bugs, oh no way, hell no, no. I've seen that Hotel Hell show that Gordon Ramsay had, and I've seen those hoarder shows where they try to get rid of bed bugs and they got to fumigate the entire house, and even that won't get rid of them in some cases. I mean, I've seen people like spend weeks and weeks scrubbing furniture to try to get rid of them, and they're damn near impossible. So fuck that. Hell no. I am not dealing with no fucking bed bugs. That is a nightmare, man. Absolute nightmare. Dude, the window's all taped up. Dude, if I stayed in that room and that window was taped up like that, especially in the wintertime, in January, yeah, dude, give me my money back. That is not happening. Fucking cold draft. Because that's going to be happening. Dude, that bed is like from like the 1960s. And I'm not exaggerating. That legit looks 1960s. Oh, man. They got it all taped up now. It took them long enough. That one from earlier was like, what, like 2011, like 2012 or some shit? Oh, man. All right, I've been on this hotel long enough. But yeah, what is that? Like pieces of bacon still left over in the microwave? Or ham or some shit? Yeah, definitely a hotel. You got to have a pretty high tolerance when it comes to dirty hotels if you want to stay in this one. But yeah, that's going to be the gist of it. If you want to go through it, there's 557 photos to comb through, and I might leave these in the description. Maybe not. I mean, I could leave TripAdvisor in the description. You can just go look for it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll be nice and I'll just put all this in the description. I probably will. I always do. All right. So anyway, we're done with the White Leaf Hotel. Welcome back. All right, now we're moving on to the Townhouse Motel, which is in Tupelo, Mississippi, and it only got a 1.9 star review out of 5, but there were only 9 reviews. So I guess to be fair, it's not as widely known as the White Leaf. And first, before I go into that, let me just grab the map here just to show where it's located. It's right next to Pizza Hut, so you can get some fast pizza. Actually, you can probably actually see Pizza Hut right out your window. But that is going to be located in the heart of Tupelo, just south of quote-unquote downtown. And there you go. It's up in the northern Mississippi area, kind of close to Alabama. And there you have it. That's the hotel. That's where the Townhouse Motel is located. So let me just take a look at the photos. Old ass looking sink. They definitely made that by hand. You know, the handyman, he built that from scratch. Definitely. Toilet seats all faded looking. Yeah, those tiles are atrocious. And the bed, not the worst looking thing in the world. Actually, the frame looks fairly new. That light definitely doesn't. That looks like something out of like Bangkok or whatever. And the flat screen, yeah, this thing, very, I don't even know what, like third world seems to come to mind. The air conditioner definitely looks like it's been an antique for quite a long time. But hey, they got a flat screen. I guess you can give that to them. I mean, they graduated from the CRT and they went plasma. They finally got up to the 2000s. And old ass bathtub. So yeah, that's basically gonna do it. A couple more bathroom photos. Actually, I'm already going back through it again. I already saw those. So anyway, let's just check down here on the reviews. Oh yeah, let's see here. Everyone needs a place to lay their weary head. For travelers visiting Tupelo, Townhouse Motel is an excellent choice for rest and rejuvenation. Well known for its budget-friendly environment and proximity to great restaurants like Pizza Hut. Townhouse Motel makes it easy to enjoy the best of Tupelo. Townhouse Motel is a budget-friendly motel offering air conditioning and a refrigerator in the rooms. And it is easy to stay connected during your stay as free Wi-Fi is offered to guests. The motel features room service. Plus, guests can enjoy our I'm not going to read all this. Our on-site restaurant, which has made this a popular choice among travelers visiting Tupelo. For guests with a vehicle, free parking is available. Well, I would certainly hope so, because Tupelo is not a massive city like New York, so it better be free. Anyway, yeah, so you can read the rest of that. I just thought that was funny that, obviously it's the owner who typed that out. And then we're going to jump like directly into these abysmal comments. Well, people who felt abysmally who stayed in the hotel. Best hotel in the world. I think that was probably the owner's son or something. No, I'm just joking. But I love staying here. Breakfast was nice, hot, warm. Room was nice. The beds were soft. Would stay here again. Room 1, very, very clean. And the reviews are lying. The nicest hotel in the world. The staff are funny and nice. Thank you for letting me stay here. Yeah, that's probably like their showroom. That if anybody who comes in and they're like, I got a lot of bad vibes from this hotel. I mean, and then that's their cue to say, well, here, I'll show you what our hotel rooms look like. Here, let's look at room number 1. See? Okay, you're going to be in room number 17. And then you head down to Bad Review Alley. And yeah, maybe that's just, he just got lucky and just stayed in the hotel room that is what all the photos and whatnot are featured in and other websites. I mean, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, absolutely terrible. This was also in 2022, just like this one. This is just a couple of months before the raving review. Let's see. Don't ever go there. I went here to see how bad because the reviews were bad, but this is horrible. It is the worst hotel of all time. The person who owns this needs to step it up, man. I could probably die from being here too long. There were spiders everywhere. Everywhere. If you go here, you will get very sick. Wow. I wonder. I think they would have said something because I've heard of vloggers and bloggers, people who would actually go traveling looking for the worst hotels in the area just to have something dramatic to complain about. Not saying that they're going to demand a free hotel room or anything. It's just something for them to blog about. Like, man, I stayed in the worst hotel ever. Check out all these pictures and videos. Be sure to like and subscribe. So that one had a very nice and hot breakfast. That was in the same year, January 2022. They were happy. They were not happy. This sucks. I mean, his name is bad. Okay, or okay, one, this room is dirty, like very dirty there. I was hoping, or was I hoped to be dead roach in the bed. The bug was dead, but it was huge, so I slept in the couch. I think you mean on the couch, but whatever. Worst hotel ever. I went to this hotel and it was terrible. The curtain in our room were broken, were. The bathroom was wet. I do not know what to say, but this hotel is terrible. I've come back home, but I have the picture of the curtains. And I'm sure we already saw it. Dude, what is going on, man, with freaking TripAdvisor? See that? That time it went up. Yeah, curtains look a bit rough. Whatever. They're fucking curtains. Whatever. Bite City. Uh-oh. That's my deal breaker. The room was dirty. The other people said about the wiring is true. People staying there were loud and didn't care if you were trying to sleep. Stood outside and yelled and slammed doors. I mean, it's not exactly the owner's fault, really. But I mean, I get it. It's the type of people that they're renting these rooms to, or whatever, letting them stay there. Ooh, vape. Anyway, there is no way the owner or manager couldn't have heard it, but didn't do anything about it. I wish we would have slept in our car. Well, I mean, you could have slept in your car. So now we're getting old, like way back, December 2013. Bed bugs. Hell no. Stay away, far, far away from 2013. There was no rating low enough to describe this motel. Summer of 2009. So yeah, we're going way back in time. But anyway, that's the hotel in Tupelo, Mississippi. The Townhouse Motel. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one I think is out of the country, isn't it? Or no, it's not. It's in Houston. So this one's going to be in Houston, and it's the OYO Hotel or OYO. Not sure which, but the photos actually don't look too bad. I don't think this one was on TripAdvisor, or for some reason I was having trouble trying to find it on there, but it's definitely an older looking hotel. Doesn't look too bad. But yeah, see, it looks like I'm having another issue. Maybe these are old ass photos. Wait a minute, there's 100 of them. All right, let me go back here and do this. Bedroom, bathroom. I mean, yeah, older, outdated looking. They have no toilet paper. There's no toilet paper. Wonder if the person taking the photo removed it on purpose just so they can give it that bad of a review. It's so bad there's no toilet paper. Yeah, it is an old looking building. I mean, it was definitely built a long time ago. You got these crazy lights up here, man. Like lighting up the parking lot like crazy. I mean, that's I don't know, it's kind of off-putting in my opinion. Never trust a motel that's next to a storage unit area. I see storage lockers out there, I think. Or those like orange garage doors. They've got a gate. That wasn't cheap. So yeah, they got it gated in. It kind of gives me the vibes that it's in a very sketchy area. It's probably not somewhere that you would probably want to stay, just based on, just how it looks. But I don't know. I don't know Houston. So actually, that reminds me, I probably should show where it's at. Actually, that would not be it. That'd be the last one. Here it is. So it's right off of the highway, interstate. What is that? 69. 69. That interstate it crosses over Indiana, Michigan, I think, something like that. All right, so let me back up out of here. Scooch this out, see where it is in Houston. Where is it? Oh, okay, it's in southwestern Houston area. Is that ghetto? I don't know if southwestern Houston's bad or not. Not sure. I don't know. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but that's where you're going to find this hotel. The OYO or OYO Hotel, Houston. And where are the reviews? I'm not. Oh, wait, here. Hold on. Let me do this. 3.3. 3.3 stars. There it is on TripAdvisor, 1.4 out of 5. Why did I have trouble finding that? I don't know why I did. Not sure. Felt unsafe and did not get what I expected from this place. 1 out of 5. Hotel Houston, Southwest I-69. That was in 2024, so that was a recent review. So it appears to still be open. Still doing business as TripAdvisor takes its sweet ass time. No photos. Maybe that's why I didn't. Maybe I did find it and I just didn't go with this one at first, probably because there was no photos. You got to show photos. But yeah, the reviews 1.4, terrible. Not good, not good. All of them below. They will take your money, no cares given. Out of state to try to help them by getting them a hotel for the night. They refused to charge my card for a deposit, even though I would get back, and insisted pay cash. Yeah, it's probably going to be pretty hard to find a hotel these days that take cash in lieu of a card, because if you damage anything, how are they going to get more cash out of you? That'd be the main issue. Great location, but bad area of town. Okay, well, there you go. When you get storage units right next door to a motel and it's got like an automatic gate, even though it's a budget place, that leads me to believe that it's a little beyond sketchy. But not that there's anything wrong with storage units. And like there's one not far from where I live. It's like maybe 2 miles from where I live. They're around. But anyway, I stayed there for 2 weeks. A real customer, and they give it a 3 out of 5. So maybe it was just really bad on the first couple of days, and they're like, "Look, I'm gonna stay for like a couple of weeks. I'm gonna grind this out. I'm really gonna give this place a chance. All these comments are horrible, even though they are the first one to comment. So I guess that throws that theory out the window. They don't serve food, so I'm not confident that the previous reviewer is legit when he mentioned food was excellent. Okay, well, not sure why his review's not there anymore. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be in Houston. And not really a whole lot as far as the photos go. Where did they go? Oh yeah, I think I have to go back. Yeah, there were a lot of photos, but they were just really. Let me try to do some of the room. Very red, very very red. Oh yeah, that is so outdated. That cannot be recent. Oh my God, is that for real? That's really from 6 weeks ago with an old 1990s TV. And a microwave that's probably also 1990s, maybe even the fridge too. Definitely the furniture is like 1980s. Easily looks like it could be the 1980s. Wow, man, this is as outdated as all hell. If that's actually true, why isn't it letting me go to the next one? Come on, man. Even their webpage is ghetto. All right, show more. All right, well, it's not cooperating. Oh, you know what? No, that wasn't it. There was more there. There had to be more. Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, guess not. But yeah, red is all hell, man. I don't know why the hell the rooms are all that as bright red as they are. So yeah, OIO Hotel Houston, Southwest I-69, 69. Yeah. All right, worst hotel in the world. Oh yeah, that was one of the articles that I was looking for. Oh yeah. Or yeah, here we go. The Hans Brinker. That's why I saved this. So this whole webpage here, it's talking about this hotel being the worst hotel in the world. Now, before I get into that, I think I actually have 2 more links, or yeah, 2 more tabs for this. So this is where it's going to be located. It's in Amsterdam. Amsterdam. All right, here we go. Here at the layers of the map. Let's pull this out. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a lot of canals in Amsterdam. A lot of dikes, I think. I don't know. I think windmills too, right? Aren't there windmills in Amsterdam? A lot of windmills. So yeah, here it is, Amsterdam. In case you're not sure where Amsterdam is, it is right here. That's Amsterdam, and that's the UK. That's London over here, and that's the Netherlands over there. So it's just east of the UK, in case you didn't know. And then there's Denmark up here, the Nordic countries up there, Norway and whatnot, Sweden. So yeah, anyway, whatever. Let me get into this hotel here. So yeah, these are some of the pictures of it, but let me go back over here and just to take a quick look. This is a lot to read. I just mainly wanted to show the pictures that they left. This dude gives a really extensive article, or not article, but like a review on his blog or whatever. They say it's a 9-minute read. Maybe if you can speed read it, you might get it that quick. But this was just posted February 28th of 2023, so just a couple of years ago. But yeah, here's one of the pictures. Well, let me zoom in at least. Yeah. So there's one of them. Definitely old, really old. He said that this used to be a jail cell. I'm not sure if he was just being tongue in cheek or if that's actually legit. Like maybe this hotel was a converted prison or something. I guess these bars would kind of make sense, but I'm sure it's just the railing goes around the pool. But do not enter the pool if you are ill with diarrhea. Lovely. And some rocks. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, now he's talking about Nepal and caves and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, so this he said this was in his room. He said the only plug-in outlet was on the ceiling, and he had to plug his phone hanging from it, and that's the only way he said he could charge his phone. Yeah, it said note that the only electrical outlet in this room is located in the ceiling. So yeah, kind of wild, but just a couple of more photos there. Oh yeah, that's for $20 you can sleep here. It's in a closet in the hallway. You pay $20 for that. So, and this is the post-COVID era where everything's more expensive than ever. So that's that. I'll probably link that in the description too. But yeah, here's some of the images, and it's apparently a really famous hotel. It's supposed to be one of the most popular hotels in Amsterdam. It's got, I mean, just here on booking.com, it's got 12,746 reviews. So plenty and plenty reviews. But they've given all high ratings here. So, I mean, dude said it was one of the worst hotels he stayed in. But apparently, this hotel goes out of its way to be, like, for lack of a better word, an asshole toward you, apparently. Like, apparently everything's really sarcastic, and supposedly the food doesn't have any good taste to it, that like they do that on purpose. They make the food suck on purpose, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not. I guess I'll just take his word for it. But I mean, it doesn't look all that bad. I mean, I get it. Like if it's a kind of like a hostel or whatever, you could, for like, I don't even know what, $20 or whatever, you can pay for just one bed and you're going to sleep in the same room as like 10, 12 other people. Because this, I'm sure this has the whole backpacking across Europe kind of energy about it. At least that's what it looks like, at least from what I'm seeing. Lots of bunk beds. So probably communal bathrooms, one of those places. I mean, that looks inviting. That doesn't look bad. The rooms, that looks really cool. I mean, I would eat there. But again, the food, couldn't really say one way or the other, but yeah, according to what I've read about this place, the food is purposefully bad, I guess. So anyway, that's the Hans Brinker Hostel in Amsterdam. If you're interested, I'm sure you can go on YouTube and just type that in, Hans Brinker Hostel in Amsterdam, and there's probably dozens, if not probably 100 different videos of people's experiences staying there, because it's got over 10,000 reviews on booking.com at least. So I'm sure there's got to be content on YouTube regarding this hotel. So anyway, the next one is going to be the Heritage Marina Hotel. Oh, and now I remember why I don't have the maps opened up for it, because it's apparently closed. So I figured I wouldn't even bother just showing you where exactly it's located, because it wouldn't matter if it's not open anymore. But anyway, this, I think I could probably at least open this up. Yeah, it says it's closed. Not sure if it's permanently closed, but oh yeah, that's right. I have to hold control. What is this? Oh no, it is Google. I was like, what the hell is this? MapQuest? So it's up there on the northern tip in San Francisco, damn near. So yeah, like right in the heart, I guess. I don't know if that's technically the heart of San Francisco, but it's down where everything's at. At least it would appear so. All right. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know if it's like closed. Probably is. I mean, judging by what's been going on with San Francisco, how much it's gone to shit. Gotten so bad that they have that poop app where you can download an app on your phone and it shows you where all the human waste is on the sidewalk, and it gets updated in real time. Apparently, it's like the Waze app but for human shit. And they've had that for a long time. Yeah, like this is supposedly bed bugs. From these damn bed bugs that I found in my room and in my bed. That is ruthless, man. If that's actually true. That is freaking wild. Heritage Marina. Old looking bathroom. Definitely outdated. Very outdated. But I could see the allure though, because of where it's at. It's really close, and it's probably like the cheapest place you could probably stay in San Francisco, where like what the average property costs, what, like $10 million or something crazy. But oh wow, it fell into our room seconds after opening it, dude. The window smashed. I hope they didn't get charged for that. Oh man, it's not even like really a high rise or anything either. Could you imagine the value of that property, especially with the view that it has? I mean, it's got to be God knows how much. Probably like $50 million or something insane. But yeah, Heritage. Apparently, they shut it down. I don't know if it was the health department or what it might have been, but they got 50 reviews. Let me see. Oh, wow, man. So if that's the most, maybe that's the highlighted one. Yeah, that one's from 2010. Oh, no, no. Here we go. 2021. Just know there was roaches everywhere when I first went. The people were rude. They took me to my room. When I sat down, there was already a bug on me. There were stains on the beds and bugs everywhere. It was so bad that we had to go back home. Don't go here at all, please. I mean, that was relatively recently in 2021, but yeah, that's from the 2000s, 2010, back in '08. So yeah, most of them are older reviews, but I mean, we got one from just a few years ago. So if it did close permanently, it was relatively recently. So this next one is the New York Inn, which is in New York City. And I will pull up the map here. This is the second to last one that I have. So it's in Manhattan. Let me switch over to map and bring this up. I'm going to get rid of that street view because I'm not probably going to need that. Maybe I'll zoom in on street view because it's like right in the middle of everything. I mean, that's pretty crazy. I mean, that is definitely enticing to stay there if you're visiting New York. Just being so in the middle of everything, it appears at least. So yeah, yeah, I'll give it a street view and see what it's looking like here on the corner. Just have a look down here. See where it's at. Oh yeah, there it is. Hotel. I'm assuming it's in this building. That's probably where you're gonna be staying. Damn, that is old looking. It is really old looking. But yeah, right on this street corner. Man, it really is out in the middle of everything. I've never been to New York City. I have absolutely no desire to go. Not at all. I mean, it looks cool. You know, it's kind of colorful. It looks busy. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's a Starbucks right there. If that's your thing. I haven't been inside a Starbucks in like 8 years, but there's one right there. What is that? A weed shop? Times Square. The ball stops here. See, I don't know where the entrance would be. I mean, that's a gift shop, but the arrow was pointing. I don't know if it was pointing to the building or if it was pointing down this way. I assume it was pointing to this, like down here, where it might be here, maybe? No. Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. That sounds random. Maybe it's in there. Maybe that could possibly be the entrance. No. Oh, maybe. Econo Lodge. I'm guessing that could possibly be the front entrance of it. But anyway, yeah, whatever. That's where it's located. So it only got a 1.3 star review. There were 29 reviews in total. Let's check out these photos. See, that loaded up quick. Whoa, that is nasty. So that's the ceiling. Oh my God, dude, that is terrifying. That's the shower ceiling. It's seen better days. Oh man, that is fucking crazy. Disgusting shower. Yeah, yeah. I second that motion. There's a rat inside the trash can for real? Do you see a rat? I don't see a rat. It's not gonna let me zoom in. All right, whatever. I don't know. Maybe they. Oh yeah, here it is. There it is. There's the head. Pretty sure that's it. Little white rat. That is freaking crazy. It is New York. Rats as big as beavers. Big enough to be a squirrel. Yeah, that door's all chewed up. I'd be curious to know how much it would cost to stay here. Oh man, that's nasty. That is so gross. Yikes. All right. Another grainy photo from 2009. You know, another one of those flip phone images. Mold on the bed. Wow. Oh no, man. Hell no. That's what the bed is being held up by. All right. And to think that this is in the middle of Manhattan. That is absolutely crazy that there's still. I mean, would you consider that to be slumlord behavior? I mean, yeah, I guess it'd technically be like a slumlord staying in one of these like nasty ass hotels. Fluorescent lighting. But you know there's gonna be somebody who stays in there and they're like, I just love it so much. It's dingy. It's like so New York. Whatever the hell that means. All right. So let's go back to check out a couple of the reviews. I only have one more after this. So 2014. Here we go. 2025. This is just basically last month. When I first, hold on, let me try to make this a little bit bigger, make it a little easier to read. When I first walked in, my service was horrible. The worker behind the counter was very rude to me and told me I should never come back after my stay. I wouldn't go, I couldn't go anywhere else, so I just stayed the night. When I got in my room, it smelled foul, and there was a trash can full of things. The TV they had there didn't work at all. It was like it was just there for decoration. When I finally unpacked, I went on my bed and it collapsed. I called the workers and they said they would fix it, acting like they had powers to magically make a new bed appear. They never came, and I was super upset, so I decided to take a shower instead. The showers were full of mold and dead bugs were in there. I immediately left without saying a word, and all I did to the workers was flip them off. I will forever remember this horrible experience. Yeah, she kind of looks like a kind of a goody two shoes, though. I mean, dude, you're from New York. You should have already known about this place. But I don't know. Guess not. There were rats in the bed, fish in the toilet, gorilla in the shower, and trees growing in the sink. And that was also from this year. That was actually just about a week ago. Well, what do you know? And this was from May of 2025. So this, oh, wait, hold on. Was that the same one? I wonder if they're getting trolled because this one sounds oddly similar to the other one, unless they just by crazy chance just happened to like stay in the exact same room with the same problem because they said the bed broke. So I decided to call them and tell them what happened. They said, okay, we'll be there to fix it, something like that. Guess what? They never came. So I decided to take a shower. Yeah, see, it's the same freaking thing. I immediately got out and I was about to leave my room. I tripped over something. Don't know what the hell it was, but I feel like I ran out immediately into my stay there. And me and my friend, I mean, like somebody obviously copy pasted that and just changed it up a little bit. I just wonder if they might be getting trolled. Please do not come here. I went to this hotel to explore New York. Let's just say you're better off going to a Hilton. Roaches and mold under the bed. There was wet underwear on top of the toilet. Gross. So nasty. I couldn't even give it 1 star. I literally saw a rat under the bed and rat shit on the bed. I tell you, the bathroom was the worst part. Saw a nasty stain in the shower, hair in the toilet. Yep, yep, yep. Just know first the pictures. Just know the clogged sink. And what's funny is that I bet it's like everybody who stays in a room, they probably like the front desk just knows as soon as they give them the key to whichever room that they know that they're giving them, they just know in like 5 minutes that they're going to be getting a call for a very specific thing. They're going to say like the sink is clogged or the bed collapsed again or something. Like they could probably almost like count it down like 3, 2, 1, front desk, phone rings. Yes, what's the problem? Okay, we'll send somebody. They hang up. Yeah, right. Haha, whatever. Do not stay here. Awful customer service, disgusting rooms. Anyway, pretty much got the gist of it. I don't think there was a single positive review. I can't imagine there being one given those photos. That was absolutely horrible. I would say that might very well be the worst hotel in the United States, at least at least the worst one that I've seen. So anyway, let me go on to the very last one. This one's out in India. So this one's a very special kind of rough, even though the one in New York, I mean, that was kind of bad. Maybe that one might be the worst. But this one's in New Delhi and it got 2.7 out of 5 stars, so it definitely got a better list of reviews, but a lot of it was in the images, man. These images are rough. But it might not be in the best area of New Delhi in India. Actually, here, let me show you where it's at here on the map. So it's right here. It says it's closed now. So I don't know if that means like, okay, it's finally closed now. It's now closed forever. You don't have to go back. It doesn't have to exist anymore. We heard you and we acted accordingly. Or it just might be like after hours or something. That's probably what my guess would be. Anywho. So yeah, it's in New Delhi. New Delhi's absolutely freaking enormous. And it appears to be right in the center of the the entire enchilada, the whole shebang. Let me zoom back in a little bit. It's next to some rail lines. And let's head back to the images. So, yeah, definitely a worn down looking part of town. And, I mean, wait a minute. When was this? I noticed that old ass phone. That's got to be, Claire Dave 2015. Yeah, November 2009. I was going to say that phone kind of looked like that was around then. So anyway, yeah, these are old pictures too from a long while ago. So this hotel, it was on one of those online articles featuring bad hotels. So I couldn't help myself. I had to click on it, and these are some of the photos that I saw, and it looked kind of out of this world. It's like giant water pipe leading to what looks like a much smaller toilet that really shouldn't have a water pipe that large, but you know, not even sure what that is. It kind of looks like it's a window to the outdoors. Yeah, it is, because that's an AC unit. There's an AC unit with the windows open. Not sure why the windows would be open if you have AC, but toilet, shower, it's like an all-in-one sink that's held up by practically nothing. Oh yeah, check this out. Hold on, I think it's the next one. Ew, toilet's all like oozing, brown, whatever, liquid. Old looking door, peeling paint. There it is. That's going down from the bathroom sink. Just like some plastic tube that just like drains into the floor. Freaking wild. And that would be the last one. Filthy, overpriced, run down, disgusting. Disgusting hair in the drains. While the brothers who run this place tout respecting their customers, my experience is that they are completely disrespectful, at least to senior women. We are seasoned travelers around India for over 20 years. We were led to believe we would get the requested rooms, but instead had to wait over 2 hours and were given dirty rooms on the table, third floor, no towels. They argued that we were the ones who were wrong. These rooms should not cost over 300 rupees. Only people who are very poor and don't care about their well-being would stay in this terrible place. Wow. So what is the conversion rate? Hold on. I'm just curious. I've looked this up before, but it's been a while. No shit. Only $3.50. So you can stay in this hotel room for $3.50 American. Wow, man. I mean, look, for $3, one, two, three, just three. I mean, you can't really expect a whole lot for that much, lady. I mean, that's all I'm saying. It should not cost over 300 rupees. Even if it was 400 rupees, even 500 rupees, that's still less than $5 for a room. I mean, you're getting running water. You're getting a toilet that flushes. You got electricity. I mean, for that low of a price, all's I'm saying. Not that I would stay there. I don't think I would stay there unless I was extremely exhausted and desperate. Everyone needs a place to lay their weary head. For travelers visiting New Delhi, Hotel Namaskar is an excellent choice for rest and rejuvenation. It's like the same thing. Okay, so that other one from where was that? Louisiana or whatever, or Mississippi. Yeah, that they didn't actually type that up themselves. I was under the impression that they did, but apparently it's just some generic TripAdvisor, summary of the hotel. So 2.7. All reviews. This was only a month ago. Lord have mercy. Avoid hotel Namaskar at all costs. Well, where do I even begin? I reckon I stayed in some humble places in my time, but Hotel Namaskar in Delhi, India, this was a whole new kind of trial, like something straight out of the book of Job. First off, we show up, and the man at the desk looked more confused than a goat on AstroTurf. It took nearly 45 minutes to find our reservation, even though I had it printed, emailed, and written in my prayer journal. The lobby smelled like a mixture of curry, mildew, and despair. Y'all, the room, Lord help me, the room. It looked like it hadn't seen a mop or a vacuum since the Reagan administration. There were stains on the sheets that I wouldn't even let my hunting dog sleep on. The bathroom, I've seen cleaner outhouses at Alabama county fairs. I turned on the faucet and it made a noise like it was choking on its own sin, then spit out brown water. I about cried. Now, I'm a good Christian woman. I believe in turning the other cheek, but even Jesus flipped a few tables, and I came mighty close myself when I saw the cockroach on the pillow. Not near the pillow, on the pillow, like he paid for the night, too. The free Wi Fi didn't work unless you stood on one leg next to the window while holding your phone in the air like you were catching the Holy Spirit. I finally gave up and just read my Bible instead, probably for the best. The noise outside made me think the rapture was coming every 20 minutes, and I'm not exaggerating when I say the bed was harder than a preacher's heart during a sermon on tithing. I prayed on it, slept in my jeans, and left before dawn. The only blessing I received at Hotel Namaskar was making it out alive. Wow, man, what a comment, man. That was a banger. That was awesome. I would give it 0 stars if I could. Very tasty toilet water, huh? Nice and cold, but the bed was bare squishy. Makes bare uncomfortable, bro, still. And I rate the foot fungus in the cupboards. Yeah. Just purposefully trying to be nasty. Nasty little troll. Sexy experience in New Delhi. See, these are 3 months ago. Very hospitable. That was this year. So I'm wondering if maybe some of these people read the same reviews or the same article that I read, and they're just showing up to give positive reviews just to be a troll. It happens sometimes. Terrible hotel, so dirty there were bloodstains on the bed, damn, and cockroaches in the bed sheets, bullet holes in the wall and broken windows, no air conditioning, an elephant in the fridge, bear in the shower, monkey in the sink. I'd rather live on the streets than live in this terrible hotel. Toilet was also broken and there was no water or electricity. Great. How has this hotel been approved by the government? Trash all over the floor too. Breakfast tasted so disgusting. I threw up after. Never go here. Well, I don't know. Maybe they paid whoever they had to pay to keep their place open. I mean, if you want the truth, that's probably what they did. They paid some, government crony and they were allowed to stay open. It's probably that simple. Oh yeah, see, it's not available just on these dates. It kind of leads you to the impression that it's closed permanently, but no, it just appears that they're all booked up. Too many people there. From Sunday, July 3rd to Monday, July 14th. July 13th to July 14th. I think I misspoke there, but yeah, anyway, this is actually, believe it or not, this is number 955 out of 1,230 hotels in New Delhi. I am not sure if can you actually search like lowest to highest? That would be awesome. See all filters? No, it looks like you can't. But why not though? Why wouldn't it let you search by? Oh wait, here, hold on. Hotel class. I mean, yeah, I'd say it should let me select multiples. I just want to know which ones were lower than that. Yeah, I don't think I'm really gonna find. No, I mean those are 4.4, 4.6, 4.6. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to scroll my ass off before I get to a point where I'm finding some that may have a lower review than that one. That's kind of a letdown. I don't know why it doesn't let you do that. Just search from the lowest overall review and on up. And just go from there because some people they just want to stay in crappy hotels. Like I said, there's some people they travel around and they blog their daily life and they just want to they want to film something memorable and horrific and exciting in any possible way that they can. But anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for me. That was my list of the worst hotels that I could come up with, at least from what I was able to find. It took me a couple hours worth of searching, and that's what I ended up with. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.